Um,
Oh, oh,
We need it.
how much is it? And that,
Well, we
that probably
budgeted-
brings in $5,000.
no, we budgeted $2,200.
Okay,
And
thank you for mentioning.
sometimes we bring in less than that. Sometimes we bring in a little more. And as is the case with most of our fundraising events, Bill Payne is our biggest. That's traditionally been our biggest raffle.
I've got another idea.
But we don't. I mean, it's not something we would have to do. We probably got enough money in the bank to support, the expenses that we have planned. And if we don't, we've still got some excess in the operating fund.
So haven't we increased our sales or our profit margin?
We did increase our profit for the
crab cakes, like over $1,000 a shot per.
our crab cake profits for this year so far. It was $13,394.
Yeah, we used to get like 10,000.
It used to be about 5,000 per. We
We
budgeted 12,000 because the last year or so we brought in about 6,000 per. So we've got an extra, if you will, 1,700-1,800 there from the crab cake profits that we didn't budget for, and that's a chunk of what we normally bring. That's most of what we bring in for the spring raffle. So we don't have to do the spring raffle.
See,
That's a board decision.
See, the thing with the spring raffle is sometimes it turns off some people because you're basic. No,
It's just
it's a raffle. Yeah,
We're not raffling anything off.
but in the
Oh,
past,
I have something good we can.
in the
raffle off.
past, it was like, well, we expect the members to sell $100 worth of tickets. Okay. And and the prizes were $500, $250, and $100. And so
Okay.
and then
It's not a 50-50.
then there are people like Bill Payne that says that when a member wins, it's, what are you going to do with that money?
Yeah. So, and a lot of members, instead of selling their tickets, just donate it.
That's the thing. They just
Yeah.
they don't want to sell. A lot of people don't like to go out and make the ask. So
I've got
I just
another.
What's your
plan
idea?
I'm working on with a fellow named Bill Days. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ranger Bill.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a metal detector guy,
Uh-huh.
and we're working with Ralph Dodd to find a field where he can organize a metal detecting fundraiser. It turns out these people come from miles to do that if you organize one, and he and I are working on that with Ralph right now. So that could be a
What, do they pay for the opportunity to participate?
$100.
but they get everything they find, right?
Depends on what.
That has to be arranged.
Yeah. You were listening to me.
I just couldn't help over.
Shared office. So more to come on that. That could be another option. And I think our community would find that more palatable than the cash.
I don't think our spring raffle is real popular. I think it's kind
It
of
raises money though.
It does bring in some money.
That's a backup. Let's see what Ralph comes up with.
Okay. All right. And if you need it, just in my hip pocket, I have a donated. It is a half. I think the right term is half hull boat, but it is a model of a Chesapeake Bay workboat, and it was made by a former. I mean, it's all detailed, and I say half hull because the very bottom, it's designed so that it sits on a table, the water, and then everything it would be very popular, I think. And they probably retail value close to $1,000. The it was made by a former boss of mine who in retirement started doing this. And just before he passed away, he gave me one, and I said I'd hold on to it and make it available to Rotary, some sort of a raffle or some sort of event. He liked it.
What do you do with it? Half dollars, whatever it is.
It's purely decorative.
It was a mantle.
Yeah, exactly. If you got a mantle about that wide. So anyway, just file that away as a resource. So as far as I will, I just want to highlight everyone that the Invisible History Project has had a good launch, and so it is now online. How many people here have seen the website? Okay, everybody, I need to announce and I guess send an email because every Rotarian needs to at least visit it. We should probably, we just have a program. Do we have anything coming up? Any goals?
Bill Payne, Silk Hall.
Oh, I need one for Ukraine.
We don't have
And
two.
what?
We don't have two.
Well, we gotta find two, even if we're booking into 2024. So, so at any rate, so maybe that's it. And the news is that we do have. I'm working with a designer, and so we've got the rack cards. And next is going to be the map, and then we're done basically. So we will need, one of the reasons I was asking about the money, we're probably going to need a little extra money for the printing and design. But realize that the county gave Main Street. Well, here's one of the peculiar things I've always marveled at about Cape Charles is how a town this small can operate in so many independent silos with no one talking between the silos. One of them is the museum, which really had minimal input on the Invisible History Project. But next silo is between us and Main Street, because we now have this walking tour and you all have the software or something to.
We have a walking tour as well.
Okay.
That's from basically the gazebo up on Bay.
Great.
Down to Rayfields.
Okay, good.
But it has 12 stops in it.
Oh, fabulous.
And so yeah, but Karen has been talking to Nettie. She's talking.
Oh, okay, good.
So I mean, she's talked to him. So somehow, and we can incorporate it. I mean, we have.
Right.
I noticed that your car has our sticker on it. So the Cape Charles, Virginia Escape. That is the website, and we encourage everybody to use that website for all events. So, for example, that needs to be advertised on that website. Meddy's walking tour as well. So we have it. So it's really easy. I mean, like that website's also for all merchants, and they can go in and put their stuff in there. It's very user friendly. So Cape Charles, Virginia Escape, and so.
You know, it's suddenly occurring to me. I mean, because I'm working on the rack card. Rack card only mentions Invisible History, and it's going to go. I mean, if we get enough copies, it'll be distributed all the way to Richmond. But actually, the plan is just for the main, for Chesapeake Bay Tunnel and
New Church.
Up north, New Church, and tourism center in between.
You ought to put one in Kent as well.
But it has two sides to it.
So
And we're using both sides for invisible history. And if someone is interested in walking tours, they really ought to know.
Well, I mean, if you go into these visitor center, there are several rat cards on tourism related stuff for towns like ours. So it's not just that. So I mean, it's people like rat cards.
Okay. Well, and I also think it's more just we
Well,
really
see,
ought to be
yeah,
promoting both.
Yeah.
But we'll talk after. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Um.
If you want dates,
Yes.
we had April the 11th and May 16th.
4/11
May 16th.
and 16. Okay. And would you please book both?
Or
Let's make the training on the 11th and the Clio tour on May 16th. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Do we have a second to accept the treasurer's report? Well, I assumed you removed. Okay, and so the second, Mark, seconded by Mark, and all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And thank you for the report and all the details. We do need a couple of votes, and why don't you tell us where we
Okay,
really are with
so
Boy
we
Scout?
have there are 6 boys that are going to Boy State,
Wow.
5 from Broadwater and 1 from Northampton. I've already submitted the monies for them, and when I submit the application for the boys, they ask for a sponsor, so I put sponsors down. So I put the Rotary Club down for the 1 boy from Northampton County, and then 1 boy from Broadwater, and then the other 4.
When is the event?
800.
When is the event?
The event is always on Father's Day.
Oh, okay.
And Father's Day this year is June the 9th.
Very good.
And I will be there again as a counselor for the 16th year.
Wow.
Wow. What's the difference between RILA and Boy State?
Boy State, and there's also Girl State, and it's also concurrent with Boy State. Boy State, Girl State teaches local and state government. Okay, so you go in and they put you in a party and put you in a city, and you elect your city. It's governed after the Constitution here, and then they caucus. They have delegates and senators, and they finally elect a governor, lieutenant governor, and an attorney general. And by the way, we have speakers throughout the time for all these positions. And so the governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general come to both Boys and Girls State, and they talk.
The real.
Yeah, real.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I looked at Girl State. It's quite an experience.
And it's in 49 of the 50 states. So because Hawaii is just transportation.
Is anyone from the Eastern Shore going to Girl State?
Oh yeah, our auxiliary. I think they got 4 or 5 girls.
Okay, very good. And our auxiliary is the post. Very good. Okay. Okay. Well, that's
You're
pretty
not
good.
asking for a total of $800?
Yes.
I move we approve that amount of money. Wasted.
Second,
Second.
all in favor? Say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Now, also, there's I think we need a motion to purchase some paint.
Well, yeah, I don't even have the cost yet. I just,
Oh,
I
okay,
would just, I just wanted if you could just let me know that you're interested in doing this for the train car. And we talked,
What is it about? I mean, we're talking $200 or something.
I don't know.
something like that.
I don't know how much, I don't know how much the paint costs. How much does the paint cost for the caboose?
Chuck,
Sorry,
how much did the paint cost for the caboose? Do you think?
I don't really
Pretty
know
pricey
because
to
Larry and Lamont did the purchase on it. He's the one that had signing authority.
Oh, okay.
I'm not
Is that-
sure, but
Is that through the museum?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So if I call the museum up and find out how much they talk to
Yeah.
John, I'll talk to John Griffin.
they should be able to tell you.
Okay, so do you know what the length of that of the caboose was?
The caboose is about, I think it's 46 feet.
Okay,
long.
so our car is 100,
Yeah.
6 feet long.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so it's a little bit more than half. So, okay, so let me find out, and then I come back. We got plenty of time.
Well, from the sound of it, there's money in the budget. So, yeah. Now, one thing, when we were talking a little bit earlier, we have one reality that we have to address, and it's really relative to actually applying all this wonderful paint. And I would love to. I really would like to see us paint the caboose and paint, and then paint the Main Street car. But we're struggling to get that caboose. And the fundamental problem is we don't have enough people who are safe on ladders. Is that
Right.
fair?
That's right.
Is this fair?
Yeah, I mean, it started out with about half a dozen of us, maybe a few more. We're down to really, with Bill out of the picture now for a while with his surgery. We're down to maybe two, and I'm getting to the point now where it's difficult for me with my knee. So Larry Lamont's also had some problems. He can't climb anymore either. He had a fall last year from a ladder. So it's an age thing, unfortunately.
Yep. And I'm thinking we need to kind of mentally shift gears and be less the doers and more the coordinators on this project. And you were saying that Susan Berger is volunteer coordinator
For Cape Charles Main Street.
Well, she could be key. I mean, we probably should have. I don't know. I am too. I don't know what the levers are.
Well, the other thing-
where to go to.
The other
recruit
thing is I
volunteers.
don't know about our Interact Club, if they can do,
Ah,
See-
well, now you're talking.
you know, both schools require the students to have,
Community service hours.
I think it's
Yeah.
100 hours,
I thought it was
100 hours a year.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happens when they don't make it. I know,
I think they
I can
graduate
tell you,
anyway.
I can tell you right now that the transcripts from Broadwater says yes or no. Okay, if they made it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Now, like when they go to Boy State or Girl State, they get 50 hours.
Great.
So
They
just for
deserve
doing
it.
that. But so this is an opportunity.
Yeah.
And if all it has to do is be communicated to Barbara Parker, and she can get, on a Saturday or something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
we got a handful for last road cleaning. Northampton is just getting organized, but this could be one of the things we could talk to them about. You know,
They're young,
What do we
you know.
do? Well, you paint a train.
And you don't have
That's
to worry
right.
about keeping it in the lines.
Now, one thing, do you paint with rollers?
Yeah.
I think you can.
Yeah,
That's it, right, yeah.
The bigger
Those
part.
are-
The big, the big things are like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right,
But
I'll
you
keep
still
you
have to
updated.
climb because you got multicolors, so you have to get up there and tape it and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, that's for the caboose.
Yeah,
I think the train is gonna be
solid color.
a solid color except for the lettering. And the lettering would be a different color. It's either a rust orange and yellow or a black and yellow. They want to put the color of the card that was here. Question is what period?
When do you think, because you've got all of this
Well, no,
metal work that's got.
no, it's gonna be, well, believe it or not, he thinks he can do all that in like 4 weeks or so. He's starting next week.
Holy cow. So this is a before,
No,
before the
no,
season.
no,
kind of
no.
deal.
We're doing this step at a time. And yeah, Steve Pauls
Yes.
is the program coordinator, program manager for this. I told him I was talking to the Rotary and I'd be able to do it. So because he was about ready to find out, buy the paint or contract a paint person. So we have a very good relationship with Northampton County there. So I'm not concerned. We'll get that over $38,000. We'll get that from them. And by the way, if the Rotary Club has a project that they can do, I recommend that you submit a tourism / infrastructure grant, which will be coming up here in April, May, because they have tons of money, especially infrastructure. And John Coker's told me that. I mean, he just gave us $100,000 for the bathrooms down here. Okay, so they have the money. So if you have something infrastructure like the walking tour, okay,
Oh, signs for the
or signage,
Yes.
or
Something permanent in the ground.
yeah, something like that.
My,
I mean, so I'm just telling you, the money is there. People don't ask for it. I mean, Central Park asked for it, the library asked for it, the museum asked for it. It's we asked everything we got asked for last year. We got $58,000 this past year. So
well, one of the things we do need, we haven't really figured.
and you can
out
just
how to
go
do
on. You can go on there and look. It's real simple. We just used the stuff from previous years as a guide, and then just change the numbers. We do all the Love Fest, Love Run, Festive Fridays, did the bathrooms.
Mhm.
We did
Oh, it's great.
train.
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing.
We did the walking tour. So
Okay, so what's the next step on getting the caboose needed? We want to get the museum's caboose painted. How do we tap into these kids as potential painters?
Well, I would.
Would you be willing?
Yeah. And the Broadwater Interact is 95% girls. And
We can still do this.
yeah, I know, but my concern is,
And it is amazing how a group of girls can motivate a group of guys.
well, they haven't yet. My concern is with the youngsters on the ladders.
Oh, that's a definite, we
yeah.
probably need to keep them on the. Well, and the other thing is, this isn't, I mean, this paint, this is heavy duty,
Yeah, this is the
Sealing.
trash pickup.
right?
Well, is there scaffolding available?
There's-
Partially.
Yeah, there's scaffolding there. I don't think all the parts are there to actually put it together. And then there are no boards. So you can put scaffolding up, but without any boards to.
I'm nervous about teenagers
Yeah.
up high,
That's all right.
boys or girls.
Okay.
And we're not there yet at Northampton.
To,
You know, we're not organized. We're still
Okay.
starting up.
okay.
So I don't know if that's a good resource or not.
Do we have any idea how much it would cost to pay a professional to paint?
Yeah, a lot.
Do we have any idea how much it would cost a professional to paint?
Particularly if you've got a lot of different
About
colors and a lot of
$10,000.
different tape.
How much?
10,000 maybe.
So
I'm just
Coker
going
pay
by,
for that?
I'm just going by what it cost me to paint my house.
Would Coker pay to?
Could be.
I
Oh,
paid,
that's interesting. What, sorry?
I paid 29,000 to get my house painted. Now,
Wow.
the thing is you can put it out to some of the contractors that either do it at cost, no labor, as a charitable giving thing, either on their working hours or not their working hours if they want to do volunteer work. And we would be happy to advertise that this company, maybe even talk to the museum, putting a sign up, XYZ painting company refurbish this car, to advertise for them. So I don't know if that'll help garner some help to get this done. The one thing is, though, they'll get it done quickly. It's not going to take 2-3 years. Once they get into it, it's going to get done and over with.
Well, we also have jack of all trades
Yeah,
who could do the job as part of what
That's
the
true, too.
jack trades.
yeah.
It's true.
Now, the museum said they were going to contract out all the rest of the cars because they couldn't get any interest by anybody in all the rest of the cars to get them done. But they still haven't done that either. So I don't know if they have the funds or they don't have them. I don't know.
One miracle at a time.
So like Bill mentioned it, you could ask for a grant, this upcoming grant for, all you'd have to do is contact and get a couple of estimates. Because you have to submit a budget as part of the thing.
You can get a copy of the grants that you have already completed.
Yeah, I mean, they have the application on their website, in Northampton County, and you ask for it, doesn't mean you're going to get all of that, but it depends. I mean, it depends on how many people submit applications for grants, how much money they have. But so you may say, you need $10,000, and they may give you $8,000. So, but you have some skin.
What is it? What's kind of the consensus? What's the board thinking is the way to go here? This would be a major. Well, no, not even a major expense. We just coordinate the grant application. It does sound like the perfect solution to a problem that we don't have an easy. We're a little overwhelmed, I think. Is that
You're either gonna have to get a grant to have it done professionally or partner with some young adult group, not kids, but maybe a restaurant that has a bunch of young adults working for it or something like that.
So I
That's
just
what you
found
think
out
about.
last night that Brown Dog sold.
no,
Yeah.
John Dipster.
really? What? Holy
Jersey.
cow.
Well, she knows.
She only did that for a hobby.
Ground dogs, too.
Yeah, he's gonna keep it as ground dog.
Oh,
It's gonna be open all year.
Opportunity to
It's gonna be open all year.
adults if they were- You know, I don't know, that's the only place that I'm thinking of that might have a bunch of young
Yeah.
adults that would be
Okay.
potential.
But not knowing, we would need.
You know,
we
you
would
could
need
also ask,
A
you
champion.
could go out and ask for sponsorships from merchants too. I mean, this is the town. And, you know, put a flyer out or something. It's, you know, like a golf tournament. You put a
Uh-huh.
flyer out and say for sponsors for,
Uh-huh.
you know, and
Or you could have.
we can have a banner, based on your you know, you'll be on a banner and, you know, we'll advertise it and, you know, things like that. I mean, so
So
you'd
you
be
could,
surprised.
speaking about that too, I know a lot of the construction guys have been very generous to the fire company for their sponsorship for Pennsylvania and stuff. So they obviously have painters within their organization or people they contract out to, you know, putting their name on it, something like that. You may also be able to partner with one or more of them, to get it done. They're always looking for.
Shouldn't the committee be
Oh,
responsible
yeah.
for putting all this together?
Oh yeah, it would normally be understand in community, but this is a little bit bigger because it might involve either grant writing. I mean, I can see, I would think that if we put in a grant for half of the money and then offered to raise the other half, that the county would link and approving their share. I mean, that's the kind of community partnership that governments typically.
Yeah.
2/3, 1/3.
Really endorse.
2/3, 1/3.
Well, I know, whatever.
That's a good idea.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, so I'm gonna need. I may need a little help recruiting for this, but let's just put it out to the membership first, and see where it goes. Does that sound like a good idea?
Mhm.
All right. We'll talk about that at the meeting today. Was there anything else? Thank you very much for both of them. You got what you need. There's kind of interest. You'll come back in paying for the paint. And we'll see. And the other thing is, well, now listen, and we raise money. Oh, so we could possibly do both. I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe we try. Well, anyway, let's talk. Because maybe Rotary coordinates a joint painting campaign for both cars. Right?
Yeah, both of them, I wouldn't.
All right. I think we're good.
Both
Bill, would you?
Say
We
no
need.
book budget?
Would you
No,
tell
we're
us
good.
where we are with the book, real quick? Whoop. Sorry. Emotion to.
Well, we tabled the matter until this meeting.
So I have nothing to present on. And the most important thing is, I think, is kind of the public in the sense of within the membership is promoting it. We need to have a program that just said, look, here's a problem. This is a possible solution. The board has talked about it, but not taking final action, and we want your opinion. And so I've got to put that together, and then I hope to come back next month. So it was tabled, I guess, since it was tabled until this month, we should probably table it until next month. Is that all right?
We're talking
Talking about opt in, opt out.
Opt in, opt out. And largely, I mean, we've got the money. I just think this is an administrative thing that we need to, it won't get better. And we just need to address. But it's not really pressing because we're in such good financial situation.
Not pressing, but it just needs to be made before the start of the next fiscal year is all. And Mark ought to have considerable input in
Yeah.
as well. Now we already asked for general input in the general membership. It was brought up already, and I'm not optimistic to get a lot.
My greatest fear is that someone's going to say, well, no one told me, and now no, it's pay more money, and I don't want. Yeah, exactly. So I think we need to hit him over the head with this. It's coming. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Basically. And the next step really is just to write the proposal. If you want, why don't you and I'll write a draft, send it to you. You massage it, and then we'll come back, and then we'll do kind of it doesn't have to be a joint. It doesn't have to be a joint meeting, depending on how popular you perceive this move to be. Because as the outgoing guy, it would be more appropriate for me to catch the tomatoes and eggs thrown. So, but it's up to you if you want to. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep the old neighbor.
Anything? Oh, so I mean, I'm happy to just let it go till next week. If anyone feels we need a formal motion. Okay. Yes. Let's see.
I need to know something before doing starting the next quarterly invoice.
Yeah, we're looking at July 1 now.
So
your next
we're
quarter.
okay.
Still-
Holy moly. Okay.
Huge screen TV.
Wow. All right. Anything else? I think that's actually run through most of what I had on the program. I would like just an update on the book.
Yes, we have a lot of good news.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Now, should we make this a board thing, or should we make this a meeting, general membership?
it's up to you.
Well,
I
don't
can
know
say
what
it
you're gonna
twice.
say. Okay.
The press release is out. It was in most of the papers and blogs last week.
It was good. The Rotary was mentioned several
Some
times.
Rotarians participated in reading chapters.
Really?
Yes. And
Great, Chuck.
Alan read.
Oh, good.
Chip read. Bill read. Bill read. Did Bill read? You. Oh.
Bill.
And I think we probably had a few more we can ask for the meeting. But so the launch is next week.
Oh, really?
And we had the labeling party that about 9 or 10 Rotarians participated in, and I sent you a picture on that. Then the really good news is we were about $2,500 short on the bill, and I proposed to the Education Foundation that they come up with the $2,500, and we did.
Yay! Very good.
Bill is paid. So
Now, the bill being how much?
$10,000.
So that covers a full year and 2 books.
Yeah.
Wow, that is great.
So this fundraising project that I've mentioned earlier, it will still go on.
This is the metal detector project.
Yeah,
Oh,
it will still go on, and we can take that money and keep it ourselves.
spend it on
Whatever
painting.
but in the community.
Okay, yes,
So,
exactly.
so-
I'm glad.
So it's off and running.
Good. Good. All right. And you'll make an announcement.
If you ask
Anything-
me to.
Anything else for the good of the order?
I like to add,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, we should probably approve
well,
the event.
yeah, we just need to talk about it and provide it.
Well, I would like you to make a motion that the board approve the event. And you can add whatever update you want, but I think the club needs to, there will be money spent, and the board needs to say yes.
Okay, so move.
Wait a minute, you gotta tell me. Yeah, yeah.
You wanna know?
Yeah.
The Mexican who went looking for that, was not able to make.
Here, so I can keep you.
We have to help now, yes, and, the date.
This might have.
Which it is.
So it's a break. We'll figure out how best. You can see how we're gonna. Oh, there. Everybody gets their. You go first.
For a few more minutes.
Well,
We need a motion to that.
we'll figure it out. Let's not sweat it. Yeah. Oh, we always see it now.
It's originally. It's a completely meeting here. Opposed, hearing none, motion carries. We have a social event. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Come along around. And yes, inside. So getting older.